Welcome back. You're watching Prime Biz. Now, Eskom and Transnet have spent the highest share of capital expenditure in the public sector for 2016, as we were discussing a little bit earlier on. This is contained in Stats SA's Capital Expenditure and Public Sector Report. The report shows that the public sector institutions increased by 18 billion rand from 265 billion in 2015.
According to the report, the lion's share of 284 billion was spent by public corporations. Eskom and Transnet spent 73 and 34 billion respectively over the past financial year. Public corporations spent 138 billion in total, with those two parastatals accounting for the most.
And we know that there's been Medupi, Kusili and all those that have been constructed, and then of course acquisition of rail equipment. Including coaches. And so that's where the bulk of the expenditure has been, and that's where I think if you think about in terms of economics, the stimulus to stimulate economy have been largely in those two areas.
The economy has been weak. Lehohla says government still has been able to spend 18 billion rands on capital expenditure, but that this spend should be measured against certain targets such as the National Development Plan.
Looking at what the information is available, it shows that it has increased by 18 billion. But over a period of 5 years, we can see it is 1.2 trillion, and it has been inching up throughout that time. Mm-hmm. But of course, you have to say against what plan. That's why we are referring to the NDP. And in specific terms in those areas, we need to say what would have been the plan in terms of public infrastructure spending. And whether that plan has been followed or not.
The report shows that on the heels of the public corporation spend was 66 billion rand spent by municipalities, 36 billion rand spent by provincial government, and 17 billion rand spent by national government. Diabo Seto, SABC News, Pretoria.